Here at the 200th YCS Columbus, Ohio event with over 2,700 players. So who are you and what deck did you play?
My name is Nichols and made top 64 with Paleo.
Paleo, what year is this? Show us the spice, man.
Let's get right into it. Yeah. So for the frog lineup, it's pretty standard for every list. Triple swap, triple dupe, and 2 rodent totem. This is just the engine to the deck. You know, you want to see these as soon as possible to get the totally awesome play going. For the spells, triple desires and triple demise.
Oh man, so good.
These can be scary because you know you don't want to banish 2 rodent totem, but you want to have the most consistent hand as possible. It says draw 2, and I think you have to play it. And not a lot of Paleos are playing demise, but my build is focused on Floodgates. So I want to see as many of those as possible while also, you know, ditching frogs and Paleozoics in the end phase. So I definitely think these are a must in this format when you need to see your Floodgates as soon as possible.
That makes sense.
And for the traps, the Solemn package. No warning. I like Judgment because spells and traps are a big problem, like evenly. This is one of your only answers to evenly game 1. And this combined with any of the Floodgates outs the Goki board. And this also, playing against Sky Striker, if you hit the summon, they can't trigger Ray. So that's really relevant. And also hitting hand traps when you're triggering Toad. Strike's just an all-around good card. So always got to play these in a trap deck, basically.
All right.
For some of the Floodgates, triple Unending Nightmare. Not a lot of main deck. Oh, not a lot of people are playing these. I like it first and second because it can clear multi-roll. It can clear, you know, the field spells, even when I have to go second. And going first, you know, it hits light, stage, diagram, anything, you name it. This is better than Heavy Storm Duster. I know it doesn't hit face downs, but you can activate this whenever you want and still chain a Paleo. So it gives you that option all the time. And when people will go, you know, area 0, you can chain this, pop area 0, and they'll trigger area 0 engraved a special Ray, and at that time you can trigger a Floodgate to lock them in the main monster zone. Okay. So that's a way to keep them from being able to go off into their link plays and activate any Sky Striker cards. So yeah, these are all the continuous. So triple Rivalry, triple Gozen. Rivalry's not as good right now because Draco, Altergeist,
random Trick Stars, right?
Yeah, Trick Stars, like several decks can like play around this. Goki can grind through this, but you have to play it. Even if Striker gets to the link, then this is not very good at all. Yeah. But you still have to play it just to slow decks down and stuff. And triple Gozen, this is by far the best Floodgate. Altergeist can't play. Pure Sky Striker can't play. It's just really good. And frogs are one of the only decks that can function well under both of these Floodgates. Draco can kind of play both of these, but all the frogs are aqua water, so you can make all your plays while under both of these. So that's why I decided to play all these Floodgates. Some of the other traps, the only hand trap we have playing Demise is triple Impermanence.
2 for 1.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Set it in the column. Players still will play the column that you activate this in, and they'll negate their own card. I've had that happen a decent amount. And if you play Goki, then you kind of want to see this, you know. Oh, you definitely want to see it, but the odds are kind of small. But basically, this deck was built to really beat Sky Striker, and if I had to play Goki, I really want to win the die roll, which is how I lost in top 64. I'd play Goki, got hand looped. That's just a part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are really good. Should be played in any trap deck. The auto win button, playing against Pure, you flip this at the right time without it getting twisted or Space Typhoon, then you pretty much have the game. It stops rematch, and by the time you flip this, you've used your spells. So like, if you can often kill them before this leaves the field. So auto win button, always have to play that.
Ooh, main deck?
Main deck, Deflector. I knew there'd be a lot of Pure here, and I know Goki's maining Twister because they're expecting like Draco, Altergeist, stuff like that. So when people would try to chain Twister to my Floodgate, I would chain this, and they just go really hard and egg.
Very nice.
And plus against Pure Sky Striker, you know, this really shuts down most of their plays because a bunch are continuous, quick play, stuff like that, field spell.
Yep.
So this was really good. I may have played 3, hindsight. But yeah, 2 of those. Double Lost Wind. This is a Morella target. And it's really good against Pure. Like, if you get into the grind with Pure, you can stop, like, Kagari, they go into the next guy, you just bring it back for next turn. You can always grind with this card. So I really like both of these. And also, if you go first, it slows Goki down. You know, you can hit ISO cost. But yeah, I definitely think both of these were a good choice. You can hit multi-figure with this. Just an all-around decent trap. And for the Paleo lineup, 2 Dynamiscus, 3 Olenoides, and 3 Morella. Kind of a small lineup compared to like a standard Paleo list, but I played 3 Morella because you basically want to see this turn 1 just to get your engine going. And once you get your engine going, once you have a Toad on field, then you have control of the game, and you want your Floodgates to basically keep them from, you know, making plays. And this is just to extend your combos. Back row removal. You know, you're playing against Altergeist, Draco, Pure. They all play spells and traps, so you always want to play this. And 2 of these, I'm playing Demai, so I don't want to play 3 because I won't have a card on the end phase. But this is really good. You can hit area space 0 and they don't get the effect. Draco, they don't get the pops. It's really relevant, just being able to banish cards, spot removal. So that's why I played these.
That's a 40 count?
43 actually. 43. On to the extra deck. 3 of the Boss Monster, totally awesome. You want to get to this guy as soon as possible. If this sits on the field, if you make this and it sits on the field, your opponent goes, they can't out it, then you have the OTK next turn. So like, people don't think Frost can do a lot of damage, but it has the potential to do 8k if they can't out it. So 3 of these guys, negation, you can set Sky Striker cards to keep them from getting 3 engrave. Just overall, insane card in my opinion. 2 of these guys, you don't go into them as often anymore because you just focus on Toad, but when you do go into these guys, you're usually winning the game. You know, this guy, he's a Drident, but he pops face downs 2, unaffected by monster effects, either player's turn, so he's really good. This one searches, can't be hand trapped by Ash or anything like that because it's unaffected. So both of these guys are just utility for the deck. I went into them a few times, but you gotta play them. This was a last card decision. It was either Cerberus or this, and I played this, and it actually came in clutch because I was playing through Draco. They're maining Metaltron now, or some of them are, and he made it with 2 traps and a spell, and I was able to go in this and spin back the Metaltron and not trigger the effect, so that came in really clutch.
Yeah, that sounds good.
3 Starboy.
3.
Most people play 2, but there's a reason I play 3 is for a combo. I'm not sure if any other Paleo players are doing it right now. I'll explain it in a second. But you know, 2 of these and a Toad is 8,000 damage exactly for whatever reason. So if they don't clear the Toad, this is the field you'll end on, and then you can just do 8k directly, or just clear their field and do 8k. So that comes up a lot. That's the main play to kill my opponent. And the 3 Miss Starboys are because I play Summon Sorceress. Not a lot of people play this, but if you open Swap plus another frog, you can make this, bring out another frog from deck, and then you can either end on this and Toad, or you can end on this, which is really good Floodgate, and you're not giving them a zone. So you go Swap, and you pitch, bring it back, do it again, make Starboy, run Toadin into this, and then you bring back Run Toad again, use this effect to special summon another frog from deck, and then at that point you can either you know, link off into Phoenix and then Run Toad into this, or you can just end on this plus Toad, which is still really, really good for next turn follow-up. If you, also another little combo is if you open Swap plus Frog plus Morella, you can do the same play to make this, but instead of linking off the frogs, you can make, let me find it right quick. You can make this guy, overlay the 2 frogs to make this guy, detach Morella from hand to send order first turn, and then you can link away these for Griffin, and then you can set order first turn from the deck, basically. So that came up a lot when you're playing Pure. setting order from the deck is pretty broken.
Yeah, we gotta hype up that Griffin, right?
It's just, I went into him some. I definitely think he's good. These are just utility. You know, if it comes up, it comes up. I went into these a couple times just to, you know, spin stuff back without destroying it, and also back row removal. Firewall, this is the Cherries target. Why they didn't ban this card, I don't know. Goki can still abuse this card so much. And I played this instead of Isold because other decks play this, so I wanted to have a Cherries target for other decks and not just one. So that's why I played the Isold Cherries, the Firewall Cherries target. And lastly, Bortle, just because he's, you know, he's a really good card that can out specific cards without destroying them.
It's mascot of the channel, Bortle there. A nice man, too.
That's what I'm saying. But he's really good. He's hard to make sometimes, but if you have to make him, then you need to have the option. So that's why I played him. For the side deck, 2 border. I've been playing 3 in the past, but I decided to cut it down to 2. This is almost auto win against Goki if they don't open like instant fusion or drones because they can't activate effects. It came up, it's auto win against, not auto win, but it really, really helps against Ultrageist because they can't activate their effects. And I played Stun in Swiss, and this card let me beat over Fossil Dyna randomly. So like, he came in clutch. I saw him one time against Goki, and he put in some work, but yeah, I definitely think you should play 2 or 3 of those. 2 Cherries, Firewall target, basically. Also, you can hit Summon Sorceress if you need to. This is just an answer for if you lose the dice roll, Goki goes first, you've got to try and open something to stop him. So play 2 of those. Don't see many people playing this card, but
what is that?
3 Contact C. So it's not a reveal effect. It's whenever your opponent summons a monster, it's an inherent summon from hand. And so against Goki, they go, you know, 2 warriors, inherently give them this. They have to link this off before they can make Isold, because you have to use this as link material before you can do anything else. So like, they have to like have an extra extender, and if they don't, then they have to pass turn. So like, you give them this. If they have an extra extender, they just play through it, but if not, it can really slow them down. Against Striker, they summon Ray, inherently give them this. They can't chain Ray because there's no effects being activated. And they it makes it really hard for them to go into the links because they can't link off into Kagari or Shizuku. They have to use this, so they'll often like make a Phoenix. I was playing one guy, I gave him this, he linked off into a Phoenix to make his Widow Anchor live, and I goes and matched him and locked him into Phoenix, so that was really good. Comes up against a few other things like Invoked, they have to fuse with this. BA, it just nukes their field whenever you give it to them. So it has some advantages playing that. And also you can't call by the grave this, which is really,
that is really good.
Really good in this format. We're not playing Wiretap anymore, we're playing Dart Bribe. People are playing Twister, they're playing a bunch of stuff, and you don't want to see Wiretap and get twisted. So this, this answer is evenly matched. Basically any spell and trap. But I definitely think you should play this over, because when you're giving them the +1, it doesn't really matter if you like lock them out with Floodgates.
Exactly.
So yeah, I definitely think Dart Bribe is better than like Wiretap right now, and you have to play an answer to evenly, like 100%. And speaking of evenly, 3 of these, I expected to see a lot of Pure and Draco here, and I did. I played, I think, 5 Pure and like 2 or 3 Draco. So this card put in a lot of work. If Pure overextends, multi-roll set 3 or 4, then this is really, really good. And also, when you're playing Paleo, you don't need your battle phase. So often you can bluff them and just go straight to battle phase, and then they'll either shotgun their spells and traps, or if they're playing Mind Crush, they'll activate Mind Crush and go -1, even if you don't if you don't have it in hand. So this was really good.
It's a good bluff too.
Yeah, I did it game 1. I'm not maining this, but I still did it game 1 when people would set a whole field, and people would start shotgunning stuff. So it's really good to play this, and it's also good to bluff it. And the last 2 cards were 2 Mistake. This is a really good Floodgate against Goki. Like I said, Goki can still grind under Rivalry, so you need something else to slow them down. And this also hits stuff like Trickstar, kind of Ultrageist, and Pure. It shuts down Pure too because it stops the field spell, and Engage and stuff like that. And your only thing that's going to search is Dupe, So if you play this at the right time, it's really good. And that was pretty much the main deck.
Very nice. Yo, so any shout-outs, man?
Some of the shout-outs. One up CCG. That's my locals in Mendenhall, Mississippi. Shout-outs to my friends Peyton, Matt, and Trevor. They came up here with me. One of them is still, I think he's in top 16. And they all top. So that was really good. All of us top.
Ooh, 100% top.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. I think Paleo is still a very viable deck. I came into this expecting to play a lot of pure. I was trying to avoid Goki, which is what I lost to in top cut. When you play Goki, it just comes down to a dice roll. Against pure, you have a decent time, first and second. I played, I went X1-2 after the 12 rounds. Day one, I was XO2. I lost last round to double evenly, which was unfortunate. And so I had to win out today, and I did. I ended up playing Max Reynolds and Ryan Levine around 11 and 12, and they were both playing pure. And they're some of the best players in the world, and Paleo still put in work against them. So I definitely think the deck's still viable, and that's pretty much the deck profile.
That's what's up. Congrats on the top
Thanks,
64 and Bortle out.